Okay, I'm super excited for this Zoom tonight. We have Samantha Bowers on, and she is a presidential diamond. And you guys, she went to like all of the winner circle and she got to go to the island. So she's been around all good people. So her mind is so right now. And she's doing it with Host Post. So I think you should just start off like telling your story because I don't even really know you or know it. So you want to start with that?
Absolutely. So I am Sam Bowers. I've been in for 6.5 years. And like Brooke was saying, I am a presidential diamond. I am a mom of four and I'm a wife. Oh, and I'm a former friend. I'm a former bartender and restaurant manager. I joined because I was tired of being broken. So my husband and I were basically passing each other at the door. He would come home, I would leave. We would only see each other one full day a week. It was just a life that I did not want to continue to go through. I loved my husband very much, but finances were pulling my marriage apart. Like we almost got divorced over money. That's how bad it was. So I knew that things needed to change, and I knew that I did not want to teach my children that this was a way that you needed to accept life being. So when I joined, I wanted nothing to do with the business. So drop me a one if that was you. I was that girl who didn't want to be on social media. I didn't want to be that girl. I didn't want to be a hey girl. I didn't want to bother people. I just wanted to stay in my little introverted bubble and stay at home and not do anything. Like that was me. But I also knew what the potential was with this business, and I knew how badly my family needed it. And I wasn't shy to network marketing. I'd actually sold bags before. My husband was approached by a very large, notorious network marketing company that's been around since our parents were younger, and we turned them down. But I knew what that was all about, and that's why I didn't want to do this. I was like, I just don't want to be that person. So flash forward to me actually joining. I was laying in bed one night and we had like the fight of all fights where I knew that something needed to change. And lo and behold, my enroller had messaged me for the 100th time that evening, like perfect timing, God wink, got in my inbox. It was 11:59 at night. And I finally was like, you know what? Yes. I said yes, mostly because I wanted to shut her up. I wanted to get her out of my inbox. I wanted to fail so she could leave me alone. But in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? I need this. So I'm actually going to try. But I did not jump in and go presidential overnight. It actually took me, I went 3 months to Ruby, 8 to Emerald, sat at Emerald for 2 years. Then I promoted to Diamond and Double within like a month of each other, 2 years after. And then a year and a half after that, I went triple. 6 months after going triple, I went presidential. During that triple diamond to presidential jump, I was actually pregnant with our fourth baby. So I went through all of that while having morning sickness, being dead tired, having 3 other kids, and having every excuse in the world of why I couldn't do this. But instead, I decided that I was going to push and I was going to make it work. And here I'm sitting now, top income earner, doing as many things as I possibly can because I want to teach everybody else what is possible. This is no longer for me. It's not about me and my journey anymore. It's about other people being able to see what is truly possible, no matter who you are, where you come from, what your personality type is, how shy you are, what your network is, any of those things. Any single one of us can be successful. So that is now my journey, or why I still continue to do what I'm doing. But my husband and I are now full-time stay-at-home parents. It is amazing. We just settled on our dream home almost a year ago next month. And it's just been every single thing I could have ever asked for. But you guys, it's not been easy. There have been hills and valleys, but I would not trade any single part of my journey for anything. So that is my story.
I love that. And I'm shy too. I know I heard you on the Diamond Zoom the other day, and I'm very shy. I've grown in the business, so now I'm kind of more out there, but I just love that anyone can do this business if you're shy or outgoing or whatnot. But I haven't been getting on the Diamond Zooms because I just had a baby. Well, she's 7 months now, but that just was not on my priority list anymore. And I got on it like 2 weeks ago whenever you did the Zoom, and I was like, I'm so glad I got on this one because like that just blew my mind. So I'm excited for everyone to learn this because I try to teach them, but like I was even scared to start it. And I love Post to Post and I love TikTok, but I was just scared to like jump in. One day I just like had to do it, and I just like let God take over, and it's been working, and I'm finally like seeing the results from it. So do you just want to share like where to start with it?
Yeah. Absolutely. So just before I get into that real quick, I want to explain something to you guys. I went all the way to presidential on Facebook. So for me, Instagram was always that thing that I didn't want to do. It was the door I didn't want to open. It was something I didn't want to be a part of. But back when we had our winter conference, I was actually sick with COVID alone. My team was not around me and it sucked, but I watched every single second of it because I had nothing else to do. But every single ambassador on there, every single top leader, every single person in the Millionaires Club, almost all of them said that they found their enroller on Instagram. So every single time that I heard that, I was like, Instagram, Instagram, why Instagram? Like, I want nothing to do with it. But we are pushing for ambassador as a team. And I knew for myself and for my team that we needed something different. So I decided to dive all in with the hopes that whatever I would learn from it, I would be able to teach them and they could duplicate. And you guys, they are, and they're loving it. A lot of them are still kind of like, oh, it's scary, it's something new, but they're trying and they're on here and they can shake their heads or they can drop in the chat. They're trying. And I think that they're genuinely enjoying it because it is something new. It's exciting. It's kind of like buying a brand new car. Like it's something that, you get to test drive and have fun again. So that is that little like tidbit of it. So how I work host to post on Instagram, you guys are going to be like, that is so stupid simple. Like you're going to be mind blown by how crazy this is. So basically with Instagram, I need to grab my phone. Hold on, I was charging it so I can show you. With Instagram, how we used to do host to post, if you guys have never done it, was we would have people share a slide to their story. And it would either have a ton of confusing words on it because we try and fit as much information in one slide as possible. It would have them tag you, or it would have your phone number so they could text you, right? It had like all of these call to action things, which to me is like, it's information overload. And I love the host to posts that are just short and to the point. I love the picture of the gummies saying, I need product models. Who wants to lose 30 pounds in 90 days? Like those are my posts. That's my jam. So I knew that I needed to figure out a way to combine the two. Now, I did not come up with this, so I'm not going to take credit for it fully. But what I did do was make it work for me and just kind of tweak things to perfect it because that's just how my brain works. Okay. So how this works is, first of all, you need to have an Instagram. Second of all, it needs to be on public. If you don't have those two things, this is not going to work for you. It has to be public because essentially what you're doing is having people share posts that are on your page to their wall. So let's say, Brooke, you message me whatever my magical word is to enter my giveaway. I message you back and I say, hey, thanks so much for messaging. Would you mind throwing a post up on your story real quick that I give you, either to get a second entry or to confirm your entry, however you want to word it. You say yes. Okay. I have the link to one of my posts, hold on, too bright, saved into my word board. So this is what my Instagram looks like. Normally it doesn't look so spammy, but I just did our host post giveaway for the month. But here is my most recent product one. Okay. So it's like the cutesy picture of gummies from Pinterest. You would go to that post and you would click to save the link. You click the three little dots at the top and it gives you a copy link option right here. That is what I have saved into my word board. So when Brooke, when you and I are messaging and you say, yes, I want to enter, I'm going into my word board and I am sending you the link to that post along with the wording that says, and it's so easy. I have an entire word board for it. I don't know, did I send this to you yet or not? If I didn't, I will, but it has all the wording in there. But once I send you that link, then I am going to send you a message that says, thank you so much. Please click on the post that I sent above. So Brooke's clicking on the link, it's opening it up and it's saying, once you arrived, hit the paper plane. It's that little share plane to share it to your story. Tag me anywhere on it. And once you're done, let me know. So all the person that is posting for you is doing is clicking to share to the story. So what happens is when it's on someone's story, it looks very similar to this. How cute and appealing does that look, right? That makes you be like, what is that? I want to know more. So when someone's on your story, they click on it and it takes them directly to my actual post on my wall, which then says product models needed. If you could try, it has the host to post wording and it has a call to action at the bottom saying that I'm filling my last 10 spots for the week, or I have 10 spots to fill. That is it. That's it. Like I'm not chasing people down. I'm not going to see how many comments on their post. I'm not going to message all the comments from their post. I'm not doing anything else but taking a screenshot of our conversation, adding it to my team's host post thread. There's her entry. That is it. Every single person that is interested is coming to my post and commenting. I am then able to directly message them from that post, send them information, sign them up as a potential, get them to do the same thing as a host to post, because that's how I wrap up every single customer. And that's it. that is host to post on Instagram. And the best part about it is you can do it for product, you can do it for giveaways, and you can do it for opportunity. So you can pick any of those things and have people do it that way. So that's Instagram host to post in a nutshell.
I love that. And I think it's amazing that people are like coming to our pages because I've grown so much just from doing this. But do you want to talk about how you get people like to get in your giveaways, like to know about it? Because I know you do. I don't know if you get everyone from TikTok and that's how you get all your entries, or if you're getting them from Instagram. I know some people on here don't like TikTok, but if you kind of want to talk about that. Yeah.
Yes. So I didn't like TikTok either. I was also that person. But the last in-person conference that we had, which was obviously not this past one, it was the one before. I was up on stage with top income earners, and I was sitting or standing in front of Jocelyn Yates, and I heard her saying that she just had a TikTok blow up and she had like 1 million comments on it. And I was like, what? Like, I know it's Jocelyn, she's amazing, but like, what? So I went and I just started emulating her videos and doing what she was doing. And little by little, from me copying the right cat, I was able to also grow my TikTok and have followers. But the biggest key for my TikTok is I don't do a lot of opportunity. I don't do a lot of product. I do mostly just funny videos that are eye catching because I just want to grow my followers and get them on my page. So what I do with giveaways on TikTok is I do ones that are just silly, that are like me dancing around saying things like, I'm sending a family to Disney this month on me. It's super simple to enter. You just need to share this video. Key is to get them to share your TikTok because that gets you more views. So try and put that in the wording. Share this video and comment done. Make sure you follow my Instagram because that is where I draw the live winner. So those two key things, share and follow my Instagram. That's what's going to get you people over onto your Instagram. From the month of August alone, I grew my TikTok from 95,000 followers to over 123,000 1 month. And I grew my Instagram from 12,000 followers to over 20,000 in 1 month. And I did, I think, 3 videos total for the Disney giveaway throughout the entire month. That was it. But the key is to just get the followers on your page and then get them over to your Instagram. And then once they're on my Instagram, I ask them if they want another entry and I get them to put a post up on their page, and that's it. And last step is I tell them that they can also follow me on Facebook because I like to do my giveaways on all 3 of my platforms. I like to get people on all 3 because you never know which one they're on more. And that way you're getting triple the exposure. If I'm using all 3 platforms, why am I not getting my potentials on all 3 of them if possible?
Yeah, you guys, it's like insane because I literally just went to her TikTok and I copied like one of her Disney ones and it blew up. And I mean, I have quite a few followers, but I don't think you need to. Like with TikTok, it's just so weird. Like any video can go viral at any time. So you just have to make the TikToks. And like she said, she makes funny ones too. It's not all business. And I think that's what's important too, is because that's what's going to get people to your page. Then they're going to see your giveaway and then getting them over to Instagram. I grew 1,000 in like a day, which I haven't grown as much as you yet, but I still think that's amazing. I'm not having to go like add a bunch of people and do all that.
Out there now.
Oh, sorry.
It literally takes like the hard work out of it. Like you still need to be interacting with people and still building relationships.
Right.
But I honestly think of that stuff as the fun part of it. So if there's something else that is bringing people over to my page, I am all about that action. And you can also use your TikToks on your reels. I hardly ever do one-on-one platform and not the other because I'm all about working smarter, not harder. So if I can take something from TikTok and put it over on my reels, you bet I'm going to do it. But what I do is I use certain apps that take the watermark off of it. So that way I'm not having that TikTok watermark on my reels. If you're on Android, it's called SnapTik. And if you're on Apple, it's snaptik.app. And I can, if you want, I can message it to you then too. But it's just, you copy and paste your TikTok link into this app or the web page, and it literally removes the watermark and lets you download it all over again. So simple.
Okay, I'm going to message you those apps. I'll get that out to the team because I didn't know that, because I've just been doing like where you save it and then it still has the TikTok on the bottom. But
I would either save it or I would screen record it. But then someone said about this app and I was like, oh my God, that's like a game changer.
Game changer. What was I going to say? I think I just love this system because you're getting them on all platforms too. Because I mean, on Facebook, I've keep reaching my max of friends and I keep having to delete people because you guys, people want in on these Disney giveaways. And I know our
Mhm.
team's doing it with you two this month, and it's even bigger this month. So I have a feeling it's gonna like blow up. So I do have another question on when you do the giveaway post on TikTok, are you entering all those people who comment Disney, or are you make sure they like get over to
I
Instagram?
get them over to Instagram, and I really stress for them to get over there because it's just easier for me to keep
Right.
every count of everyone. On the very first one I did, which I had to stop doing this because it went crazy, it had over 800,000 views. I actually made it private now because I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. And I started to make new ones because you can change the visibility to only you, and it makes it private so nobody else can see it. It
Oh,
doesn't take your likes away, but it just like literally nobody, it's kind of like archiving something on Instagram.
right.
So I do that every few videos and then I'll put a new one up. So like the ones that I just did today, because we just did our September winner. Well, our August winner, we do it the first of the whatever, but we just did our August winner literally at 8 o'clock. So I went through and I turned the comments off on all the ones from last month. So that way people can't comment on those anymore. If they want to enter, they have to go on to my new one.
That is
So
smart.
like just little
Mhm.
things to remind you, like if you want to start getting traction on something different, like just turn the commenting off, or you can change the privacy on it. But with the Disney ones, like my team is doing it on TikTok too. And some of them have not been consistent with their TikToks, but they started doing it with this, and they're actually starting to see growth from it too. And some of them only had like 100 followers. And I'm not saying only because I was there too. But they just started slowly, and that using sounds that are popular, using certain things are bringing people over anyway, and they're going to click that follow button, and then they're going to continue to see what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's just I think some people are gonna be like scared to start this because I was scared to
Mhm.
start it, and I like TikTok and I like Facebook. I didn't like Instagram until now, but I think it's all about just starting
Mhm.
and then just going with it because it might be overwhelming at first. But I was telling our team the other day, like somebody's like, "How do you keep up with 3,000 comments?" And I'm like, I would rather try to keep up with 3,000 comments than have zero comments. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed by it, you have to have a system. So I've had other videos blow up. I've had opportunity ones blow up. And honestly, you guys, what I do is I just in the morning, I'll go and you can only comment the same comment 10 times. Okay. Before TikTok's like, nope. So if you add a different emoji to the end of
Mhm.
it, you can do 10 more. So I would do like 50 at a time in the morning, and then I would do another 50 at night. And that was it for the day. And half the time people would see like, me replying to people and saying, click the link in my bio for more info. Can't wait to chat. And like they would see that on somebody else's. And because of FOMO, they would go do exactly what you told that person to do because they want in. Same thing works with the Disney stuff. If they see me replying to people, telling them to message me the word Disney on Instagram, if they see that, they're going to go do it anyway, just because people are like that. And that's fine with me. So don't feel like you need to get to every single one. Don't stress over it. That's like the worst thing that you can do. As long as you have that system, 50 in the morning, 50 at night, you're good for the day.
Yeah, I had to learn the hard way. I was doing like comments, and then people it like said you can't comment anymore, and then I added the emoji too, and I did the same thing that like would let me do that. I was like, oh, smart.
Yep, you're
Um,
good.
no, I'm just excited, and I think this is game changer for like everyone's business, and like with everything changing, I feel like this is so duplicatable. You just have to get
Mhm.
your team to do it.
It is, and it's
Um,
so silly simple. Like, but you just get your boards together. And like I said, I have one. You guys can use it. You're more than welcome. Get everything together so that way when you do really start to get into it, you're able to just go like that. And for the people that are thinking that, I haven't had a TikTok blow up or about using TikTok, that's cool. Start messaging your story views. Start doing polls on your stories about random things like I did a this or that one today with fall outfits. If I feel like I'm coming short on people to share my giveaways or my hosted posts, I'll start messaging my story views and say things like, hey, I noticed that you were active on here. I'm doing a giveaway this month for Disney passes or $2,500 cash. Rarely is anybody going to tell you no if you tell them that all they have to do is share something to their story. And people are usually more willing to share something on their story than they are post on their page anyway. So if you just keep going through that motion, you're going to get them up. And I think Kara saw in our team chat for our Disney, but we have like a Disney giveaway slide that you have in there that you can use. And that way people are like, oh, she's doing a Disney giveaway. I'm going to go follow her and see more like what this is about.
mhm. Yeah, somebody.
It's Kara. Kara's like my own hype man in the chat.
I was like, what is she saying over there?
No, she's funny.
I love it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what else. I had questions.
I do know with like Instagram, the thing that I truly love about it is Instagram really is a seller's market. So if you're thinking that you're getting stuck on Facebook or host to post is not 55, you're close. Instagram is just people are on there to buy things and they are just quick to do it. Like if you talk to somebody about gummies on Instagram and they want it, like they're like, oh yeah, I want it. Like people are gonna sign so much faster than Facebook. Facebook is like, I forget who said this, but I think it's hilarious. Facebook is like you're actually taking time to date someone, right? Like that's like all the process. And Instagram is like Tinder. Like you're in there, you're like on point, like you have a reason to be on there and that's it. So just look at Instagram, like you're going to be able to steal the deal a lot faster. And anybody that you talk to on Instagram, if they don't want to buy gummies right away, they don't want to become a distributor right away, that's cool. Always ask them to host a post every single time. I always say something, especially when people say that they don't have the money for it. I always say, I understand, I've been there too. Hey, by the way, I'm actually blessing a family with X amount of dollars this month. Would you like an entry? So that's it. Like just always remember that just because it's not the right time for somebody right then, if you keep that communication open or keep them doing something for, even if it's for you, they're still going to keep following you because they want to see your giveaway and they want to see this. So they're going to see all of the other stuff in your story too. So giveaway is like my last resort. If nothing else, I always make sure I get a host to post out of somebody.
I love that. And then even with like all these giveaways too, you guys, people, it's going to grow your Instagram. And I mean, my story views have been up so much from just starting like a week and a half ago. And then once you start posting like about your story, about the business, about the products, you're going to notice people are going to start commenting on your polls, reaching out to you about the products. So like, even if you aren't getting a ton on your like giveaway posts or like your gummies post yet, make sure you're sharing stuff in your story every day, all day, because I mean, that's where I've seen a lot of growth, not necessarily from the post, but just growing my page, which I think is important too, is just like sharing your products every day and making sure you're putting those polls, because that's where I'm getting customers as well. And you guys, I will say this too. So I started a week and a half ago and I'm just now kind of starting to see the results from that. Like it didn't happen the first day I started. I don't know if that happened to you or not, but I've signed 4 customers since yesterday because
Yeah, I
of the
was
system.
not, that's the one thing that you've got to remember. Like, even for me, you guys, it was not an overnight thing. When I first started in the business, I did not even have an Instagram. I had Facebook and that was it. And when I did have an Instagram, I was always that girl that had like 300 followers. Like, I know we've all are either there right now or we've been there before. And the biggest thing, so Jenna asked, how did I grow my followers without doing TikTok? Is the best tip that I always give people. Go to the followers that you do currently have. So go on your like, it's called a news feed on Instagram, like go to where all the pictures are and go to people's pictures that they've been posting like recently. So let's say Kara just posted something and she has like 50 likes on it because her kids are cute and people just like her pictures. I'll go to that picture, I will click on the likes and I will add all of the females that like that picture. 2 reasons. They see that so-and-so is following me back. So they're like, oh, I must know them somehow. 2, they are the most active people on Instagram because if they're liking somebody else's picture, then they're already on there. If you go to somebody's followers that doesn't ever use the app, chances are half the people that they're following aren't even on Instagram anymore. So they're not going to follow you back. So most recent pictures, add the likes. Second thing that you can do, go to boutiques in your area, go to coffee shops, go to your hair salon, go to restaurants that you love and add people who have been there, who have visited. Yeah, don't do DT likes. Don't go to the distributors on your team. Go to like your best friend's sister because she's not a networks distributor. So just people, somebody you knew from high school, like go to those people and then you can add from there and you'll slowly start to grow from that. And you can start to view their stories and build a relationship with them. And then you can add them to host a post. So you can do kind of all of those things just from starting to add people.
Yeah, I love that. And if anybody has questions, you can put it in the chat because I don't have much more. I think we've hit on everything. If you want to give any tips, tricks, I know the company just announced like huge things. So we just
Yes.
want to focus on that now. If you want to kind of touch on that a little bit, because I know you know more than we do.
You're good. So, I love like certain topics I just absolutely love talking about because they're just the things that I'm doing. A lot of people ask me what my day looks like being a mom of four. So really, you guys, I follow the KPI religiously. I know that you've heard it. I know you've seen it. I know you've probably rolled your eyes at it. Maybe you tried it. Maybe you're still doing it. I absolutely love it. Maybe it's because I've spent a lot of time with Amber Parker recently, but I just feel like all of the things on that list are super important when it comes to this business. So even in the position that I'm in, I still teach it and I still do it. And it's one of those things where if it's not done by the time I go to bed, I make sure that I get those tasks done. Like you just have to, you guys. And please take a Sabbath. That's really important. Take one day off. I take every single Sunday off. It's just my day. My team knows not to bother me until the afternoon. They know that I'm not going to respond. Like it's just a thing because you need to have that time to reset. And if you have a family or a significant other, they deserve your time too. Like, so just step away and just take a minute, but make sure that your team knows like, hey, by the way, I'm going to be away from this time to this time. I'll talk to you guys all again at this time. Yeah, make sure your Instagram is not super salesy. So go to Kara's page, go to my page. Kara's is freaking awesome and go see what it looks like. It's aesthetically pleasing. If you go to her page, it's hard for you to tell that she's an It Works distributor because it's not, it works, it works, it works. I don't love pictures of bottles. I don't love pictures that come off of Pinterest. Like they're super great, you guys. And I definitely use them in the very beginning. If you go back to my Facebook memories, you would shake your head. But I learned over time that in order to draw people into what you're doing, you've got to leave a little bit of curiosity because you want to give them room to ask questions. So when I post things about coffee, I post a random coffee mug. I don't post a bag of Skinny Brew. That way, when I'm saying something about what the coffee does, it leaves people to want to know more. You always want to leave them to want to know more. And if you're confused as to what to make your page look like, go follow top leaders, see what their bio says, see what their picture looks like, see what their picture, like how bright their pictures are. Go to their pages and check them out. And like I said, copy the right cat. That's another thing. Distributors. That's what I wanted to touch on. If you feel like you're stuck on distributors, the best tip that I have for you guys, it's kind of like a two-parter. Okay, Kate. Number one is there's one of my kids. Number one is if you're doing host to post on Facebook, I do one specific day a week is just opportunity post. Okay. So every Friday, all I do is opportunity host to post. The reason that I do that is I'm really ADD. So it's hard for me to do like 3 different types of posts in one day. I do giveaway in the beginning of the week. I do product in the middle, and then I do opportunity on the very last day of Friday. Okay. Weekends are for like following up and checking in. When you do opportunity on Friday, it gives you the option to be able to have those conversations with people on Saturdays and Sundays because people are not on their phones as much on the weekends, I feel like. So any potential distributors, if they are interested in making money, they're going to get back to you. Potential customers, not so much, because if it's a Saturday and they're busy, that's the last thing on their mind. If someone's interested in the opportunity, they're going to take that time on the weekend to talk to you. So Fridays, opportunity. I typically do the same post all day long because I have one that works really well. Again, I can share it, but I just feel like that's my day. And number 2, y'all, please offer the business to every single person you ever talk to. Okay. Everybody is a potential, even your grandma. You don't know who needs money. Like I always bring it up at least once, if not like 3 or 4 times, especially if they have a host to post that blows up, especially if they're on Instagram and they have like a ton. Sorry, my son literally had to use my bathroom today. Especially if they have a host post that blows up or they have a lot of followers on Instagram. I'm asking them and I'm asking them often. My best friend took me 5 years to sign her, but I kept asking her. And it's just because I knew that I wanted to do this with her. And I also knew secretly that she needed this. So I kept checking in. My triple diamond, I asked her for an entire year. One of my double diamonds asked her for an entire year. And you know what, you guys, it took that entire year to sign them, but I also built a relationship with them over that year span. And they are some of my most, trustworthy leaders, my most dependable leaders, because we have that connection. So just remember that that time that you're putting into somebody is going to pay off in the end or in the long run. So those are my little bit of tips.
Yeah. Do you have like a message you send to those people who like do the host to post that blow up? Do you send them, or do you just say, hey, your host post blew up. This is pretty much what I do. Would you be interested in more information, or like, what do you say to those people?
Oh, yes. On Facebook, I try to voice message people because I feel like it's that little bit of personal touch. So let's say, Jessica, you're on my screen. You put a gummy post up, you had 20 comments. I'm going to voice message you and be like, hey, I'm going to check in with all of these people. But by the way, have you thought about making money from this? Because I'm going to sign some of these people. That's free product credit for you. Now it's obviously changing, but that's money in your pocket. Like I could help you seal the deal and you can go ahead and make an income from this. Would you be interested? So I'm sending something like that in a voice message. On Instagram, I have, and it's in that Instagram board, but it's basically me coming back around and saying like, hey girl, just creeped your social media. I think that you'd be amazing at what I do. Have you thought about making any extra money on the side? Short, sweet, to the point, but you got to make sure that you're following them or it looks really weird. So if they have a private page, yeah, that one. If they have a private page, don't send that message because they're going to be like, you're not even following me. How do you know what my social media looks like? But usually once they host a post for me, I'll go and I'll either follow or follow them back. That way I can go to my most recent followers like an hour or two later and go through and see who followed back. And then I'll send that message out. Another big tip for y'all, I can't remember what Zoom this was on, might have been Diamond and Above, but to keep track. Oh no, this was one that I did the other day. It was Brittany Landrum. She keeps a running list of the people that she talks to that are brand new for the day. I think she said that she like tries to track like 25 new people a day, but she keeps a list and she writes their names down for every single one. It sounds kind of overwhelming, but let me tell you, it feels so good at the end of the day to look at your list and be like, man, I actually did the things today because I have this list full of people. I use a planner called the Day Designer, and it has like one full page for every single day of the week, except Saturday and Sundays joined. But there's enough space that I can write down 25 names of people and still have room for all the other stuff in there too. So it's called the Day Designer. But that way I'm able to just track all of the potentials that I've talked to.
I love the idea. That is so good. So good. Kara asked, what's your end of the year goal?
Okay, so when I was at the island, I told Stephanie Dunn to her face that I was going to be the first ambassador of 2021. So pretty much just continuing to push like every single day is the end of the month. I really try and teach my team to not wait until the very last couple of days to push hard for those goals. I like to teach them that it is important to push for them all month long. And I'm not saying work yourself dry every single day. What I am saying is be diligent about the tasks that you're doing so it gets to the point where it's second nature and you are able to pull in volume every day, or you're able to pull in a couple of customers, every other day, whatever it is your goal is, because they're all different. But you're not waiting until the end of the month and being like, I need 10 customers to hold my rank or whatever. Like my goal basically from now until December is to just push duplication really hard, to bring in distributors who want to do the things, and for me to spend time teaching them to do the things. That was the biggest thing that I took away from all three winner circles, is how much corporate is going to be stressing us actually teaching people to do the things versus us doing them. And you guys, I've been a mass enroller. I've enrolled 110 customers a month. I've enrolled 45 distributors in a month. I've done all the things, and all that does is burn you out. And nobody wants that. Realistically, in this business, what we all truly want is to be able to have a team that everybody's doing the things. And that might just be the enrolling the 1 in 4 every month and then teaching somebody else to do it. And if we get to that point where everybody's doing that, it's going to feel so much better. And we're going to start truly building longevity and a legacy in our business versus a strategy where we all just work like workhorses and then one day we're like, no, I can't do it anymore. Like that's, nobody wants that. So teaching duplication and just coming up with systems that my team is everybody's able to use, and just taking all the things that I can from top leaders. Jade just dropped a bomb on us the other day about this bot that she uses to train people, and I'm like trying to set that, like there's all of these tools, so staying in tune with it. And it kind of sounds like keeping up with the Joneses, but like if a top 10 income earner is doing these things, I'm going to try and do them myself as well. So that's where I am now. But I want to pop a couple more triples. I want a couple more VIPs. Like I want to set up a strong ambassador chart. I want to truly start seeing my team doing the things. Like I want their names announced. I want to see them up on stage. I want all of those things for them. Like I feel like I'm kind of like grandma over here who's like, hey, it's your turn now. Like that's what I want now, is to be able to cheer them on. So yes.
I love that. I think that's a good note to end the Zoom on. So thank you for being on, and everyone say thank you in the chat, and I will get all those things from you and I'll get it to our team, and I'll send you the recording too once I get it posted.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
You. Yeah, last thing I'm going to leave you with is don't look left and right and don't look back. Just keep looking forward and keep moving forward because you guys are all capable of greatness. You just have to put those blinders on and go.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.